In this video, I'm going to show you all the amazing books that I'm reading that involves my Christian life, my online business, and health and wellness. So stay tuned. Okay, so the first book is 100 Days to Brave. So ever since I started my online business, I have been working on being more brave, and this book has little devotionals to be able to help us just have more confidence and courage. So this one is a good one. Yes to Rachel Hollis, okay? Okay, so this is my girl, Rachel Hollis. It's called Girl, Wash Your Face. So this book is so amazing because it really just tells us to stop believing the lies about who we are. Stop believing the lies about who we are so we can become who we're meant to be. So it's really good on personal development if you want to grow in that area, because this book has just been really encouraging for me. It is pretty controversial because a lot of Christians will say that they'll have their opinions on it, but my view is that I'm not reading this book as a theology book. I read theology books to get theology, but I'm reading this book to be able to get inspiration because Rachel Hollis is a freaking boss, and she built her multi-million-dollar brand and business through Google search bar and a high school diploma. So when you hear about these types of women encouraging other women to go for it, I'm gonna read her book. So this book is amazing. One of the chapters here, she talks about how there was one time where she went out with her friend and they had a really fun night, and then she had plans to go to the gym that day, and it came late. It was like 10 o'clock and midnight, and then she realized that it's like midnight and she still has not gone to the gym. And then so she talks about how she posted a picture of her at the gym after she went out with her friends, and then so she had to capture it on social media, right? Anyways, all that to say, the whole chapter was how we need to stop breaking promises to ourselves. And for me, sometimes I just struggle with being a flake sometimes and changing my mind and being indecisive, and I changed my mind towards plans with other people. But then I really like the concept that she said we need to stop breaking the promise to ourselves. So if we told ourselves that we are going to go to the gym today, and then plans got interrupted, we don't just throw away the plans that we made to ourselves. Those are the ones that we really need to keep. So that one really spoke to me, and it just is so amazing how you should never break a promise to yourself. Okay, so that is a power tip, y'all. So back to Rachel Hollis. If you guys don't want to buy this book and you want some free resources, you can download her Rise podcast, and I will put the links in the description below. And in her podcast, she actually reads chapters from her book that are really good. And another fun thing is when you are listening to audiobooks, it's so fun when the author is actually reading the book because you really get to hear their passion. So I just love that about Rachel Hollis reading her own book. So I just got this book from my sister-in-law, and I'm so excited to get started. It's called 10 Ways God Calls Us to Reflect on His Character. And then so it has the book, and then it also has a really cute journal. So yes to cute items, okay? So then the other book that I also am starting is called Devoted Bodies, and it's from my business mentor, and I will also put her link in the description below. This book is talking about how we need to safeguard our vessels for service, and how our bodies are a temple of God, and how we really need to take care of our bodies and take care of ourselves, because we really can, when we're healthier, when we feel better about ourselves, when we take care of what God has given us, it really helps us live better lives, you guys. We all know that to be true. Okay, so this book right here is called The Power of God's Names, and it's by Tony Evans. And it just talks, so I'm doing this in my small group right now, and has just been so empowering to me. It helps us meditate on the names of God, and it helps us just see bigger and increase our awareness of who God is in our lives. So this one's a good one, y'all. Why do I keep saying y'alls? I'm from Vegas. I'm trying to act Southern or something. Okay. Another, I love reading, you guys. Like, this is just like my calming place. Like, I live a very, very full and busy life, but I love picking up a book and like smelling it or something. I just love reading books. So this book right now is called Old Paths, New Power, and it's talking about how we really need to use scripture to pray and infuse scripture into our prayer lives. So it's a good one here. And then the last one that I wanted to show you guys is I have a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. Okay, and if it wasn't for them being sleep trained, I would literally lose my mind. Like, I just really love the whole Babywise, Toddler-wise. I love like their method because you know, according to like some studies, like working moms, we work about 98 hours a week. So after I put my kids to bed at 8 p.m., I have like at least, my husband and I have like 1 to 2 hours to ourselves. And this is the time where I really like use that time to like do my business and my personal development and do my editing. If it wasn't for those 2 hours of my kids going to bed on time, then I wouldn't be able to do all that I do. So the idea of Babywise is allowing your kids to be on a schedule so they can sleep through the night. And of course, I'm not perfect in this area. No one is. But my son has been sleep trained ever since 6 months. So at 8 p.m. we have put him down consistently, and then we are completely strict with our nighttime routine because we are so desperate to get them sleep trained that it actually interferes with our social life. So if we have events or any family outings or whatever, we're that couple, we're that family that has to leave by 7 p.m. to get these boys to bed. If it's something really important and one of like if it's an event that's really important, one of us, my husband or I, will just sacrifice and not be there, or one of us will just go home and put the kids to bed while the other person can stay and hang out. So okay, so like this is probably like this is probably like a video in itself. But at 6 months, my son was sleep trained, and it's the idea of putting him on a routine and putting him on a schedule so he can learn how to put himself to bed. And right now, we're in a season where my son is 1 year old, my other son, and then my other one is 2 years and 4 months, and we just transitioned him into a toddler bed. And there is this lady, oh my gosh, shout out to you because you are a lifesaver. I was like desperate because in this in the transition of us, like, okay, so like Abraham, he's 2 years, right? And then he was like jumping out of his crib. I was like, oh man, it is time for the transition. And then so we transitioned him into like a toddler bed. And for those with littles, understand the struggle with the transition, because now that he's in a toddler bed, even though he's sleep trained, it means that he has the freedom to still get up, right? So anyways, so there was this like season where we were like putting him to bed, and then he wouldn't stay down. Okay, and then like he's talking now, so he was very particular. He was like, he wants the door open and he wants, you know, the light off. He used to always sleep with like a white machine, like noise machine in the background, and then he decided he wants that off. So anyways, all that to say, it was taking us 2 hours to put this little human, cute human, to bed. And I was like, you know what? No. Like, I need my 2 hours back, because from 8 to 10, I was doing my business. I was doing self-care. I was relaxing. And then I just needed my time back. So in desperation, thank you, YouTube, because I was like, how to sleep train a baby into a toddler bed. Like, how do you sleep train, and how do you transition? Anyways, I'll put the video in the comments below. I put how to transition into a toddler bed, and I found this lady. She is a freaking boss. Okay, so her name is like her YouTube name is Sleep Sense. And then she's like, okay, and then she gave me steps. Like, it's like she was like speaking to me or something. Like, she was like literally giving me advice. So she was like, okay, so first, at the age of 2, as cute as they are, it's really an age of defiance, and they're really testing. They're really testing you at this point. So like, even I know, like, my son, you know, I don't want to be one of those parents where like, oh, you know, my son is perfect and he doesn't do anything wrong. I mean, I know, like, my son, obviously. But my son, he's really an obedient child. He's really chill. And so that's why this transition was so difficult, because I was like, why is this so hard? Like, you know, I put him down and then he goes to sleep in a few minutes. So like, anyways, so like at age 2, they're really starting to be like defiant, and they really will start to challenge you. That's why we hear the term terrible twos. So anyways, Sleep Sense, she gave me an idea, and then she said, first, you have to let them know. So for example, like now, like Abraham, he was like, he really enjoyed sleeping with his door open, and we even put the baby gate up there so we can force him in there. And then so the first thing she said, put him down like normal routine, because we have a bedtime routine, and we have a bedtime routine videos coming up on that also. I'm working on it. So and then if I've already posted it, comment on the show notes below is where I will put all of the routines. Anyways, get off on tangents. So she said number 1, put him down like normal, and then when he gets up is when you give him a consequence. So I put him down, and I hear him like getting up from his room, and then I go in his bed, and then I say, Abraham, stay inside your bed, or I will have to close the door. Do you want me to close the door? And then he will say, no. So then I go back down. And the thing is, you guys, with toddlers, you really have to walk your walk, talk your talk. You have to literally do exactly what you say. And toddlers crave consistency, because if you're not consistent, they're just confused. Everyone's confused. And you just need to be consistent, because that is what toddlers crave, and that's what humans crave as well. So, okay, so the first night, like, we put him in his crib, and then he was like losing his mind. Okay, guys, like, the Toddler-wise, the Babywise method, you guys have to be okay with your baby crying for a little bit, okay? Please don't put any hate comments below, because there's just so much controversy about this topic. But I'm just telling you, you guys, what I did. I'm not telling you like you know, anything wrong. I'm just telling you, like, let's just get that going, okay, you guys? I don't want to start an argument. I'm just saying what I did that worked, okay? So the first night, he didn't listen, and then I closed the door on him. Okay, so for about 15 to 20 minutes, he cried and cried, and I did not get him, because I already told him, number 1, Abraham, if you stay inside your bed, I can leave the door open. Number 2, if you do not do that, I will close the door and I will not come back. Okay, so it was a very, very hard 20 minutes of listening to him cry, but I know that this is necessary, because he has to learn how to put himself down. He already knows how. He has been sleep trained ever since 6 months. So I check on him about 20 minutes later, and then I hear no noise in his room, and then I see him sleeping in his bed. Day number 2. The next day, I do the same thing. I put him down, and then we put him down in his crib, we put the gate up, and then we say, Abraham, stay inside your bed or we will close the door. You know what? He went back in his room, and then he didn't want us to close the door, so he stayed in his bed. And then this happened. He cried just a little bit less, like 5 to 10 minutes, and then he went to bed. Day number 3, we do the same exact thing. Abraham, good night, love you. If you get up from your toddler bed, we will close the door. Do you want us to close the door? He eagerly says no, and then he falls asleep. So now, a few weeks later, without any hesitation, well, a few days later, so it took about 3 to 4 days, we can just literally put him in his room, and then we say, Abraham, good night, and then he goes to sleep because he doesn't want us to close the door on him. So now we're able to sleep. He's able to sleep back to being retrained, and because he can get up now, we actually put like a baby gate in front of the stairs just to make sure that, you know, he doesn't go downstairs. And it has been great. So anyways, I know that this is not like a baby or toddler video. It was a book haul. So anyways, if you're interested in like hearing more like how I sleep train my babies, I will gladly make a video about that. If you're interested, comment below and let me know. Until then, these are the books that I love to read and enjoy some reads, guys. And I order all of my books on Amazon, and you can order them as well. Another power tip that I like to share is if your library if you go to your local library and ask them if they have online books that you can rent out, because here in Nevada, you can go to the public library and download this app called Hoopla, Hoopla, and you can download audiobooks for free, you guys. I have been able to listen to so many audiobooks for free because of this online service. So if you download it, it's called Hoopla, and you just have to enter in your library card information, and you can download up to 8 books a month. So in this, I was able to listen to a lot of online business books about Magnolia Story. I listened to Girl Wash Your Face Again. I listened to Sally Clarkson, Family Table. I'm currently listening to Francis Chan, Letters to the Church. So anyways, I hope this video was amazing for you, and let me know. Question of the day: what book are you guys reading today? Let me know, because I would love to get more information. Okay, all right guys, take care. Bye.